Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's continue with our Let's Play for Crusader Kings 3, Croatia. And I'm not even sure what episode this is, like 45, I think? I'm not sure. But, anyway, with this episode, it'll probably be a shorter episode, and I know I always say that, and then it ends up being 25 minutes, but we're just going to kind of do a little bit of cleanup on this one, let some time burn off the clock, see if anything interesting happens, and look at a couple other things here related to, as we noted at the end of the last episode, Byzantine seems to be falling apart here and has a major revolt going on. I believe the revolt is coming from this chick mainly, of Athens. Yeah, her war for Byzantine Empire, and some of these other guys are going along with it, it looks like. So we'll look at all that here in just a second. And, because I think there's some opportunities here, but I'll explain that in a minute. One note I wanted to bring up was on the last episode I did get some criticism, I guess, in relation to some of the things I did. I do want to, and I won't make this rant last more than a couple seconds here, but I do want to explain that this is a Let's Play series for, you know, entertainment and whatnot. It's not necessarily a pro player optimal move seminar. That's not what this is intended to be. You know, the way I'm playing this game is I'm not playing it from a stance that I'm trying to do everything perfect and maximize and get the high score to beat everybody. I'm doing it more, you know, to have fun with the game. You know, play it within the story a bit, because it is a character-driven game to a certain degree, so I'm kind of playing it within the character and the roles, and, you know, sometimes I do things that maybe aren't the best move, but because, you know, it plays into, you know, the story and the characters that I'm playing with. And also, I'm not worried about optimizing every single, you know, move that I make. So I just want to point that out, because there's some people who, you know, keep in mind, this is in a game like this, there's a lot of ways to get things done, and just because someone doesn't do it exactly the way you would do it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. So I'll just leave it at that. However, on that note, I will point out one thing that I did do wrong in the last episode that someone pointed out, and it was just a complete oversight on my part. And that was assigning my chancellor to improve diplomatic relations, and I put him in Estragom, which was a mistake, actually, because I was trying to improve relations. I was looking at my vassals list, and my lowest vassal that was not Istvan, which is red, which 100, which I'm not going to worry about, was this guy here who's at 3, which is Duke Levente, who is the Duke of Estragom. Now, he's the guy who holds two of the three counties for the Duchy of Estragom. I held one, the capital. He holds Pressburg and Sopron, but then I gave Estragom to that PAL guy in, you know, kind of securing my titles, my kingdoms. So, what I was trying to do, my intent was to send him to improve relations with the Duke of Estragom, and I sent him to Estragom. I sent him to the wrong county, and that was just an oversight on my part. I guess I wasn't paying attention or whatever. So I actually need to send him to one of the counties that he's in control of, which is these two. Preferably, I'm not sure that really makes a difference, but preferably the capital he's using, so to speak. So I need to move him to here. So that was a legitimate mistake that I made. I mean, I would call that a mistake. Some of the other things people point out aren't necessarily mistakes, they're just, well, why did you do that? I would have done it this way. So, that was an actual mistake. So, to carry on, let's go ahead and well, one thing I did want to look at, because things were getting kind of dicey, where's that revolt risk? Okay. We do have a couple that are colored about 4%, 4%. 1.5, 1.5. We do have a small bit of revolt risk going on. I'm gonna move him, put him there, I guess, for now. Try to quell that a little bit for there, and then maybe move him. I see the possibility of revolts popping out, but let's let the clock run a little bit here. Someone mentioned, did I know that spacebar controls the time flow? Yes, I do. If you looked in earlier videos in my tutorial series, you'll see that I use the spacebar a lot. I get in the habit, though, of actually clicking on it up here, because I think visually for the Let's Plays, it just makes it easy for people to understand and see what I'm doing click-wise rather than me hitting hotkeys. So that's usually the reason I do that. Duke Doyum of Rashka has usurped the title Duchy of Rashka from Dustos. Okay, that's not so bad, I don't think. So Doyum, who holds Hum down here, he was able to usurp the title, which I'm assuming was a shared Rashka was here. Oh, let's pause this. And Doyum goes along with me for Lucas, so that's fine anyway. Guardians, whenever you see the Guardian thing pop up, this was something else that someone pointed out. When it pops up, you definitely want to make sure you pause the game so that you don't have a couple months go by while you're looking at mentors. So that is something to be aware of. Let's look here. I don't want to use Ash or Bob. This guy doesn't look too bad. I mean, overall, he's okay. That's our grandson, I believe, so... Let's switch this back. Let this run a little bit, see if we get anything else going on. I'm expecting to get more flack on the heretic thing, too, for my marshal, but... Just... Has usurped the title Duchy of Tushla from Duchess Helena. Okay. Well, that would be... right here. So these two, okay, so he stole that from Helena. Helena's the older sister who holds these 3 counties. She has this duchy, but she lost it, the other one to the other guy. Yeah, okay. I am most concerned that you allow heretics as your advisors. They should immediately be removed from position. Didn't we just deal with this? And that is our marshal. Wow, I lose 50 piety. And the weird thing about this, and I think this happened in the last video, I could have swore, or maybe it was on some other game I was playing, but the Pope here, either way, I get plus 10. I don't know if that's a bug. I get plus 10 if I imprison my marshal, but I also get plus 10 with him if I say no. And I don't really want to give him up as my marshal. Well, you know what? Let's look at something real quick. To not cause waves. Do I have someone else? Well, this guy actually, it would be just as... This guy would actually be a little better. So that's fine. Now let's pause for 1 second. Let's take a look at our prison. Oh, well, did he take them? Nah. Looks like they're still fighting there. Okay, I wanted to look at that too, actually. That brings it. Okay, the cartoon guy's still trying to do that. Now, if I wanted to get one of these are all part of the independent nation. Let's look at something here. Okay, Serbia is through here. So do any of these... No, they don't hold the independence yet. It's still Byzantine. Well... Right. Okay, well actually I can... He's currently revolting against his liege. If that ends, our war will end too. Okay. County of Sadas, does your... So I can actually just claim Zeta. If I claim any of these other ones, my other vassals are going to get it. But if I claim Zeta, I would get it. That might be an opportunity worth taking. But see, they're a part of the... He's a part of the attacker force. So it's that whole list of like 7 different dudes there that are rebelling against the Byzantine Empire. So if I attack him, there's a strong possibility they all are going to come after me, which would basically be this gray area, these guys, this, and this. So it'd be about, what, 1, 2, I don't know, be several counties worth. And that's his troops right there. That's 1863. Boy, that's a tough one. I know I'm burning some time here on this consideration, but I don't know if it's worth that to get that county. Business, I mean, I could try to fabricate a claim for like Belgrade, but that could still pull all the rest of Byzantine on me. I mean, he's got enough to worry about right now, but that's a tough decision to try to yank Zeta here or not. The nice thing about it would be is that would strengthen my Serbia hold. And would give me an actual county. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. And I kind of want them to succeed some against Byzantine, because if I was to go and attack, if I was to go and try and take Zeta, and this is just me thinking out loud, if I go and do that and try to take Zeta and say they raise troops up to fight me and I beat their troops, and it ends and I get Zeta, well then at that point I've helped Byzantine and he'll just come and roll back over top of them again, because they'll be getting attacked from 2 sides. And I don't really want to help Byzantine. I want them to continue to bust Byzantine up, because then I can come in later and start picking up pieces. So I think we'll just wait on that for a minute. I just think it's too volatile to do that. And I could be wrong, but... And yeah, he's going to go ahead with that claim. Of course he is. take a look at our revolt thing, make sure nothing's that's flaring up. Let's pause a second. Just move our move them there for a little bit. See if we can avoid some revolts for a short period here. Joe wants to be married, okay. Changed that. And where do I have him at? He's in... Oh. A plot where it was from Zambor. Our court chaplain, who's 68 years old, is putting a plot together to kill someone. Yeah. Okay, dude. Let me explain something. God. In plot. I don't need you doing some Yankee shenanigans. Okay. I want to get some money built up and do a few upgrades. Low stone wall. That does the low stone wall. So let's do that. And that gets taxes, that's good. I'm looking for specific ones that take a risk and dip my money for that. There we go. Try and get our income up just a little bit more. Okay, it has come to my attention that Chancellor of Savoy, Carlo, let me see, bribed and threatened his way through my domain, trying to get enough people to recognize a claim on my title that he has fabricated for his liege. Right. I want to bring my spy master back over here. Maybe he can... this guy over here, this... right here, Kartinen, is trying to weasel his way in here, and maybe my spy master can catch his chancellor. That's one thing that's dangerous. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but I've kind of seen it firsthand. Your chancellor, which in this case is our heir, which is a little dangerous, I gotta be careful sending him to fabricate claims, because if another country discovers your chancellor trying to fabricate claims, and you can see it too when someone else is doing it, you can see you actually have an event pops up, and one of the options is to kill the chancellor. So you can lose a chancellor by fabricating claims. They can get discovered and get killed. So you need to be aware of that. Oh, sorry, I had that pause there. Yeah, of course he did. Okay, so anyway, we had a few corrections there. Like I said, this thing down here, this situation in Byzantine, I think we're probably better off just letting it slide for a little while and see if they can really overthrow Byzantine, or even if they just take this, say they just take this, the girl in Athens is running it, so say they just take this, like, area right here on the screen. They don't take any of this mainland area, which... Boy, and then they're a part of it too. This whole area over here is a part of it. So actually I would have had a lot more people coming at me. And see if all this falls to the Sunni states over here. So, yeah, I think it's better to let some of this break up a little bit right now. I mean, even if they take all this, then I can push them at that point. I just think it's dangerous for me to go and take out a bunch of their armies here and have Byzantine be able to surge back. Because they seem like they got Byzantine on his heels. So, yeah. These guys are all still fighting up here. Looks like Poland got sorted a little bit. Remember there was like a lesser Poland or something? Looks like, I mean, they're still having some problems. Bohemia guy still fighting. But let this run a little bit longer here. Okay. Discovered a plot where Duchess Helena of Dalmatia seeks to lower crown authority. I don't know if that's necessarily worth imprisoning. Let's pause that for a second. Lower crown authority. I mean, right now we got the vote. I'm probably not going to change from elective in Croatia, so I could, technically, I could lower it to... But then vassals can fight each other. Well, regardless, let's tell her to cut it out. Think about it. I may do that. I may, right before I think he's gonna die, I'll lower it possibly to make things easier. Or no, that's actually a good thing. I can lower it once Lucas comes in. If he's getting some flack, I can just lower it right then. Just 2 people died of severe stress. I wonder if that's a code word for murdered. Your daughter was born to Prince Justin. Hey, there we go. Remember, he's married to the Princess of Sweden, so that's good. I'll let this run up to the end of this year here. Why do I have this notification? I must have missed part of the plot. I must have missed that notification, or else he was in with the other chick. Okay, so we solved that. Alright, so we're moving along there. I think we burned a couple years there. So what we will do is I'm going to let it run through here to the new year. Kind of watch what's going on down here. Stone walls completed in Zagreb. Alright, so we'll stop it right there. I'm surprised they haven't actually taken some of these counties right here. Do they just not have the army size right now? I'm going to have to look at this a little closer. Before I start the next episode, I'm going to do a county by county kind of survey and see what's going on and try to look at the situation a little bit more. But like I said, we did correct a few things. We made sure we were on top of some of the revolts. I did correct the chancellor there, and our succession is looking good still. We have Lucas firmly, I mean, this guy here, but I mean, it's a 3-to-1, so that's not a problem. So yeah, so we're looking pretty good. So next episode I think will be a little more exciting, hopefully. But again, thanks for all the feedback. Thanks for watching. I shall have another episode up very quickly, hopefully within the next day or two. And you guys can give some opinion on some of this down here too. I mean, should I attack this Athens chick? Should I leave it alone? Should I attack Byzantine? I mean, you know, it almost looks like they almost got it split half and half right now. Although Byzantine's getting hit over here by the Sunnis and getting some areas pulled, so... You know, Byzantine, I don't know if I can... I can declare war against him to claim Belgrade. To become a new liege, what? Yeah. But we could do that, or we could do the Zeta thing. So that's kind of two options I may think about and look at. So anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching.